Hello and welcome. Time for another chart update. This one will be alternate crypto coin, extra bytes, XBY. Taking a look at it primarily against Bitcoin, but I'm also going to show it crossed with the US fiat currency as well. Not going to go over too much on the long-term time frame. I already have in several other videos. Search for them if you have not seen them and are interested. And of course, like always, everything is within your own risk, own reward. Tops and bottoms are known after the fact. It's obvious this was a top, and I mean, there's small tops and bottoms along the way, but ignoring them, this is a key bottom and another key top. You got a little one here, just a little bit here, key low, obvious here, with some decent up moves along the way around here. And you got a little one here. Do you really want to count this one? Overall, we're still waiting to find out where this low is going to be, because every time it makes new lows, well, it does just that. The line or where it is at keeps getting lower. What I'm going to do now is I'm going to remove the early data and look at this chart since before the December rally begun. So now we're looking at it from November the 27th to current. And with all of these situations, when you have these events occur, there's a lot of people coming in buying. I'm a seller here. The only way I'm going to buy is if I sell here and I buy back here. Sell here and buy back here. And that's if I even go with a buyback, of course, until a major correction comes in. So the amount of profit taking I was able to do amongst this session or period of time was enough to give me good gains, so that when I invest on the way back again on the way down, I'm investing less than what I pulled out, just to ensure that I have a profit with this code. And the update I was stating before, which is what I'm doing, was I was waiting for a pierce below 600 as this was breaking down from the 1,000 number, looking for 500 to 600. As a place to start accumulating back in. But that's level 1 of an accumulation. Level 2 is if it has another break below such. So again, let's just take a look at a few periods or less days. And this is going back now from April the 26th. So as I was noticed it leaving the 1,000 handle, this is 600. So breaking below this is when it begun. This was the situation up in here for my buying. That's all there was. Now, had I decided now that I want to get back in, yes, I would enter at this position. But since I already entered here and then did my trading along the way, sold some up here, bought back, sold some more on these peaks. I've already bought them back as well. So everything that I've sold, I've already bought back. Everything I have sold I've bought back, correct. But there's always been plans for me to buy if it goes significantly lower. And the move that just occurred, and I tried to buy very, very small. And that was this little breakdown here yesterday. I tried to get in at that price, just a little small play on it. But I thought otherwise. Not that I thought otherwise, but the markets went up and it just didn't come into play. I did, I think otherwise, what I remember now is I lowered my bid. I think from 450 to 430 or something like that, 420, but I was unable to get it. Price is back up to 500. Okay. So for myself, again, I'm looking to buy significantly lower amongst here. Anytime there's decent gains, I'm going to be a seller. That's just how it's going to work. But when I look at the actual Bitcoin situation, if Bitcoin goes to 3,000, this is probably going to go lower as well. Even if it goes sideways, that's great. Because I decided that if I'm going to be ready to buy Bitcoin or buy XBY, thinking it's going to go down because Bitcoin is going to go down as well, why don't I sell some Bitcoin for US dollars, or the tether. And then when it's time to buy Bitcoin, I can sell the tether to the Bitcoin and then the Bitcoin into the XBY. And I did so at Bitcoin at $7,500. And now just using 65 as an even number, that's a $1,000 difference, or about 13%. So the way I look at it is, if I were to be buying, it really wouldn't be 500 Satoshi, because I'm getting well more than 10% on that. It's like 420, 425. But if, say, a situation is to occur where this goes to, say, 350, and it's an area where I just gotta buy. Bitcoin's going down. It hasn't reached its 3,000 target, which means I get a better deal, we'll assume, if it goes to 250. But if it's, say, at 5,000 here, a Bitcoin, then I would have had a 50% gain. So now, technically speaking, that's almost like what, 200 and something that I'd be buying it for now, 225, I think. But either way, it's getting it cheaper on that sense, because technically speaking, this market is holding up sideways since the early May lows in this obvious sideways range. If you look at this against the US dollar, what we're seeing is, this is a longer term chart going back a little over a year, from May 15th last year to June 14th. When this happened, XBY made the top 100 of the market cap. Only time I have ever seen that happen. Only time. And that was when it reached, I think, 1,600 Satoshi for the first time. Thus, it got between 1 cent and 10 cents. We'll say 4 cents, 3 cents. Well, considering we're 3 cents and change, we're back to where we came from now. Yeah, 3 cents and change. And then it goes down below a penny again. When it made it to this high, it did not, from my remembrance of looking at CoinMarketCap at the time, I never did once find it in the top 100. And today, it's 300 and something. So it's got a long ways to go. Now, granted, it's a little flawish now, because when you go there, it'll say its circulating supply is 430 million. The number is 650, so there's 220 uncirculated, but they still have to count towards a market cap, I would think, which should maybe boost it up a few spots, a little bit higher. However, the price objectives for where this could go, again, if the market cap rises significantly higher, so that we break the $1 trillion crypto market cap, all that kind of stuff, which I think has a decent chance of happening long term. And long term might only take a couple or 3 years. And then at that point, if this can outperform, I'm only saying if it can outperform other coins, and then the possibility of this breaking well past $1 is magnificent. For actually, I gave this a $1 price objective somewhere back in here, just based on the market cap. If it was to make back when it was in the top 100, if it's to make like 30th place or 20th place, it's going to go here. That'd be about $1 or so. And well, it got to about 90 cents, so it came really close. Of course, when you take a moment to digest the volatility from going from this line being 1/10 of a penny, this line being a penny, this line being a dime and $1. Of course, this would be $10 in here. But the volatility is magnificent, to say the least. So you have your everyday moves in a market where you go up to 3 cents, pull back to a penny, and then a few months later, and really only a couple months later, You go from about a penny and change, 2 pennies or so, to 90 cents. Now back down to 3 cents and change. And if we come back to where we came from, maybe a straight line will work better. It's just barely coming back via dollars just now to where it has. It's been in a constant downtrend, not really sideways, and well, it technically could even come down even to like even really as low as a penny to come back, but as far as resistance becoming support, it could come down a bit more to this line as well. And if Bitcoin ends up, say, losing half of its value, and this one here as well, then it would have no choice but to test somewhere around the 1 cent mark and have major volatility. And then if it's able to get above this high, with all of these 10x gains, which seem to be so easy, this one being an almost 100x gain, that getting above $1, you could say, you know what, maybe 10. Seems like a very possibility on the long-term aspect and such. Now, a lot of things have to happen right for that to be the case. And when you're doing the trading in a lot of forums, it's like online casino. The only difference is the house doesn't take your wagers. Rather, they'll manage your wagers, organize them, sort of like a casino would in a poker room. And within this game of trading, there always has to be losers if there are winners. And I often wonder, why is it when markets are rolling up like this, why people buy? Well, there has to be losers, I guess. And then why you sell when the markets are at these poor points? Well, those are some losers again. And when you make many, many transactions, not every play is going to win and not every play is going to lose. But understanding situations that can increase wins and reduce losses can always help one in managing their portfolio. Thank you for tuning in and have yourself a great day. Bye-bye.